There are a few things we're going to talk about in today's video. Number 1, the Ecovacs DEEBOT X8 Pro Omni. Number 2, how it's had an update to its roller mopping technology with the all-new extendable roller mop. And number 3, how it all works in my family size home. Lots of different floor types and obstacles and furniture. And I'm here to show you how you can let go of control and trust this piece of tech to clean your home for you. So let's roll into the future of spotless living with the Ecovacs DEEBOT X8 Pro Omni. I'm Lishi, your tech pal from Down Under, and this is a robotic vacuum and mop that's had a major improvement and update to its home mopping technology. The Osmo Roller Mop is a new feature that has an extendable roller mop that reaches out to every edge of surfaces that it's cleaning. It also has a continuous water renewal mopping system, so whatever mess it's cleaning, that doesn't get dragged or smeared across your floors. And that's a common problem with roller pad style vacuums. The way this roller mop works is that it's constantly being sprayed by clean water while it's doing its thing, and when it's absorbing the mess, it empties that mess from the roller mop into its dirty water tank while replenishing itself with clean water at the same time. So it's an ongoing self-cleaning system that will then empty itself and refill itself when it heads back to the Osmo station upon completion of cleaning. The roller mop's not only absorbing the mess better, but it's reducing the amount of water that gets left behind after a clean, so your floors do dry a lot faster. This makes it so much easier to have it mopped during the day instead of programming it to do it when you're in bed, because you're no longer having to wait for floors to dry for so long. You can continue on with your day. Also, the DEEBOT X8 Pro Omni does have a carpet first function. This means it will clean carpeted areas before wetting the mop to avoid the carpet getting wet and, of course, contaminated. Back to it extending out though, the roller mop and vacuum are made with TruEdge 2.0 adaptive edge cleaning technology, which paired with the new TruEdge 3D Edge sensor, it's using light to build 3D structure and keep a safe distance away from edges, and instead uses the extension of the roller mop to get it right up close to the edges. And for the vacuum portion, this little guy, the bristles, it also extends out with the adaptive side brush extension as needed to help bring debris forward for the vacuum to collect. This means your little vacuum friend is not going to be bumping into anything, any obstacles, or ruining your walls, your furniture, or itself. Super important. So it's all well and good to have a vacuum and mop combo, but what if it's leaving patches and dirty spaces across your floors? Obstacles are a common thing. We all have stuff laying around our house, whether it's from our kids, our animals, or of course ourselves. The DEEBOT X8 Pro Omni has a cool AI feature called Ivy 3D 3.0, and this is advanced because with other robots out there, they rely on pre-trained obstacle avoidance and only have a certain amount of objects that they recognize. But with Ivy 3D 3.0, Ecovacs have introduced a visual language model, and that uses light and image to identify an object and map its edges and contours to clean around its shape instead of moving in a typical square or circle around it, which in turn leaves a massive gap of area that hasn't been cleaned. Not only this, because of the way it can identify many different objects and obstacles, it's less likely to get stuck on things like cables, for example. That means less interference from you, which in turn saves you time. Remember how I said letting go of control? What's impressed me the most is how easy it is to set up, and that has always been a fear of mine. The app is so straightforward and the mopping system is very easy to follow. You can set virtual boundaries and remove them as you wish so the robot doesn't go in these areas. You can cancel out at any time too, and you can make it do a whole house clean or only clean certain rooms. And one of the best parts is that it does have a voice assistant, so you can ask it to do things for you if you're not around your phone at the time. Okay, Eco. At your service. Can you clean room 5 vacuum only?
Okay, the area will be vacuumed now.
Bye-bye. Okay, Eco, stop cleaning, return home. And back it goes. The Osmo station also cleans and dries the roller mop, so it's always ready to go for the next clean. For your reference, it does take roughly 2 hours to completely dry the mop. And for those of you who are worried about the vacuum and mop combos, you can ask it to only vacuum if you would like to. That way it's not always mopping for you. So I asked my family and friends if they had any questions when it comes to robot vacuum and mopping systems, and here's what some of them asked. If it has mopping, what mop pad is better? In this case, I think it's pretty clear to say that the DEEBOT X8 Pro Omni is the way to go. And of course there is a bias there, but you can see how well that roller mop works compared to things like mopping pads that do spread dirt and liquid around as it is trying to clean. This is constantly absorbing that mess and then refreshing itself with clean water. Having no liquid spread and drag, super important. So honestly, that is one massive reason why this is the way to go. What is the capacity of the vacuum? So this one does have a little capacity bin inside it, but of course it has the Osmo station. So every time it is returning to the station, it will empty and then you are ready to go for the next round.
About to start to empty the dust bin.
Just adding on to that with mopping, you can see the tanks on top of your Osmo station. You can visually see when you need to refill the clean water or empty the dirty water. So I will just check on that every now and then and change that over. How easy is it to maintain? I personally think it is super simple. Give it a wipe down to keep it free from dust and just keep it nice looking. But when it comes to the internal parts, Ecovacs do sell an accessory kit that is a quarterly accessory kit. And that does come with a replacement anti-tangle brush roller, which is your main vacuum brush. It has 2 side brushes, 3 filters, 3 dust bags, and of course a roller mop replacement too. But I would just be checking in to see when you think things need to be changed. The filters would be a really important one as well that I would suggest changing every couple of months. But again, there is no typical time frame because it is all dependent on how much the user is using the vacuum. So the accessory kit is $89.90 Australian, which I think is a really good price point per quarter to replace everything in your DEEBOT X8 Pro Omni. However, if you don't want to buy everything, you can buy the accessories all on their own. I know the filters are about $15 for a pack of 3, same as the roller mop. You can buy the dust bag separately in packs. And you can also buy a cleaning solution that you can add into the cleaning solution tank in your Osmo station if you want to do that too. How high is it? This was a question, and this is a valid question because you want to make sure it can get under your furniture. And as you can tell, it's got a pretty slim profile. It is 98 mils high. There is no camera on top. The IV 3D technology is in the front of the vacuum, so you don't have any little sticky out bits on top of the vacuum, which means it can get under most things. For me, it can get under this TV unit behind me. The Osmo station is obviously taller and bigger. You do need to find a spot for that, but the actual profile of the vacuum I think is a pretty good size. Can you program multiple maps? Yes, you can. So you can program up to 3 with this vacuum, with some temporary maps available as well. For double stories, you will basically program your first floor and your second floor, and you would move the vacuum upstairs when you want it to clean upstairs. If you do want it to mop upstairs though, you will need to move the station as well. One day they'll invent one that can walk itself. How is it with pet hair? So unfortunately, I can't personally answer this question because my little fluffy boy is non-molting. So he doesn't really have big clumps of hair lying around ever. If anything, it's me. However, with a Zero Tangle 2.0 tech and the angled anti-tangle brush, that is a tongue twister to say, hair gets pulled through the V shape of the brush with a high-speed rotation, and it counteracts with the angled comb teeth. So it's just getting pulled straight through, which is great. I have no doubts it'll work well on pet hair. Unfortunately, I can't test that. Lastly, I do want to finish on accessibility. I look at products with a new perspective now because I do have a parent who sustained a really big cervical spine injury and now has metal plates in their neck and also needs more metal plates in their neck. And they've sort of lost the ability to do common tasks around the house. Something as simple as a robot vacuum and mop can really take away the difficulty of how hard it is for some people to clean their floors. I'm an able person, you might be an able person too, and I'm sure we look past the thought of vacuuming being hard. So this really is a very big investment for so many different use cases. And it's great when you have a brand that really know their products and really know how to build good ones. Ecovacs is one of them. So the DEEBOT X8 Pro Omni does retail for 2,499 Australian dollars. It is available now and it provides so much value to people and their homes. So take back your time and let go of control with the DEEBOT X8 Pro Omni from Ecovacs. Leave your questions and any comments down below. I'll do my best to answer them, and hit the subscribe button while you're there because I look forward to talking more tech with you in the next video.